guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. In this video, it's gonna be a quick video, but I thought it was a pretty cool project. In this video, I'm gonna be updating all my recovery gear for my four-wheeler and take you through the different products, the Factor 55, the Rhino USA Kinetic Rope, etc. So anyway, I've got a 2016 Jeep JK here, and I've done probably 6 or 7 recoveries now. Mostly snow recoveries. I live in Colorado, so a lot of snow conditions out here in the wintertime, but I've never been stuck myself where I've had to recover myself with a winch, but I've done quite a few cars and trucks with this vehicle. So please check out my playlist. I have solar projects, e-bikes, a ton of hot rod builds and restorations on vehicles. But please like, share, and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get... So this is my 2016 JK, and I've got a couple recovery points on the back. I use this for a 2-inch hitch ball for pulling trailers. I also have a Rhino USA insert that goes in there with a shackle as another tie-off point. And then my lower mount here is going to be for my Tolly bicycle rack that'll handle our e-bikes. And I've got some videos on e-bikes also, and show the rack in a couple of those. But so got some really good recovery points. This is factory. This is the rock hard version of the Jeep Wrangler JK, and it is a Rubicon that came out, so it came with that tow hook already on it. One on the other side, but I had replaced that with my heavy duty tire carrier that goes down into the frame. And then I believe it's an RMBP roof rack. Also have another video if you want to add a solar panel. Shows you how to do that with a charge controller. I've added the lights and the running boards, which I really like. So some of the updates that I'm going to do, I have a winch underneath here with a synthetic rope. I really like the synthetic rope, a lot safer than the metal. But I've got this original hook on here that's all pitted and rusted, and the rope's exposed. I'm getting a little bit of sun damage on the little covering here. I like this little removable license plate. I just spin these and the license plate comes off. And I also have a root tie off. It's getting a little bit rusty, so I'm going to take it off, get it cleaned up. But I'm going to replace the hook with a Factor 55. The Hause Fairlead, this used to be black, and I guess from the sun it turned a copper color, which I really don't like. But I have my other tow hooks on the front here, recovery hooks, which I've used for the ropes. Laid out everything on a table, and then we have our new 10-week-old Aussie pup helping out in the shop today. She's chewing on a rawhide, keeping busy while I do my work here. But going around the table, so I have my Hause Fairlead from Factor 55, which is really heavy duty compared to what I have on there now. Also nice smooth coating on here, abrasion resistance, and it's nice and rounded off. This is for synthetic rope only, which is what I have. But I look forward to putting that on and getting that copper looking thing off of there. So looking forward to putting this on. This is the Flatlink E from Factor 55. It's got really good reviews. The pinion here, I'm also told, is titanium, and this works really well. Good reviews on it. A couple other things to note with the Flatlink is that it's kind of like an oval shape through here. So that's designed actually, instead of using a soft shackle, you can slide a hard shackle through the hole, like so, and connect that way, and then put your pin in, screw it down. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, so that's why this hole is oval shaped. The other thing they did is they made a hole big enough that if you have standard tow hooks on your Jeep Wrangler on the front or the rear, it can go over top of the tow hooks also. So this type of closed towing system or pulling system on your winch end is a lot safer. I previously had the hook on here, and if the hook gets bound up, this is just a piece of sheet metal. And if your rope goes slack, this might be bound up and the rope may come off, which is dangerous. Also, another tip is that when you're hooking up a hook, the tendency is to hook on to something like in a position like this where the opening's at the bottom. Very dangerous. If this ever broke, say it's corroded or cracked, and it was under heavy tension and it broke, the tendency is for the force to go straight up in the air and fly back as a projectile. So if you're ever hooking up, and it kind of looks like it's backwards, but always hook your rope, the point facing up. That way, if this ever breaks, all that force of the hook coming loose is going to hit the ground and not go into the air. But these kind have this flimsy sheet metal thing on here as a tongue. I know the Warren hook has a little bit more of a thicker casting that goes in there, but the majority of them are like that. So this is much safer going to a closed link system. I have Kinetic Rope I just got. My other one wore out, but this is a 30-foot Kinetic Rope made by Iron Man, and it's got amazing reviews. It comes with some extra protection on it. I like the green. And what this does is, if you don't have one of these and have a typical tow strap right now, for removing vehicles out of the snow, it works really well. This is 7/8 heavy duty. Comes with a bag too, which has a screen on the end to let the dirt and the sand out, which is really nice. But this operates like a gum band, or rubber band as some people call it. I call it a gum band. But it's 30 feet long and basically leaves slack in it and then get a running start. All right, boys and girls, let's see how a kinetic energy rope works. So kinetic energy in physics, the kinetic energy of an object is the energy that it possesses due to its motion. It's defined as the work needed to accelerate a body of a given mass from rest to its stated velocity. Having gained this energy during its acceleration, the body maintains this kinetic energy unless its speed changes. The more you know. So let's get our fire truck out again here. Massive fire truck, and I got this little Volkswagen Beetle. If you did this for real, you'd probably just pull the back bumper off the thing. But anyway, I got some tape on here and just a rubber band. And what's going to happen is you're going to tie onto your tow vehicle that's stuck in the snow, stuck in the mud. All right, create slack in the rope, and then go for it, pull it, and you can see how that works. So that gives an incredible yank on that rope on the vehicle, and definitely pull it out of its stuck position. I've had cars stuck down to the axles in a barn, sitting there for 30 years, and I used a kinetic rope and was able to just pull them right out of the hole, even with the drums locked up. So it works really well, highly advised. I'll put the Amazon link in the descriptions. This video is not endorsed by any of these guys, any of these manufacturers, but I just found after a lot of years of use, this is what works for me as far as minimal. I know some of the big heavy duty four-wheeling guys, they get real heavy duty stuff, but for what I need it, mostly snow recovery vehicles, this works well for me. So the next thing is I have a soft shackle, and I have a hard shackle here with a 2-inch receiver insert, which I highly recommend. If your vehicle has a 2-inch receiver on the front or the rear of the vehicle, put this in, and it gives you a nice, safe, closed recovery option. So a closed loop versus a hook. You see some people putting the tow rope onto the hitch ball, and that's a really dangerous way to do it, especially to get some loads. The hitch ball is a single point of shear. So don't hook your rope to the hitch ball. Have a closed loop like this. Spend the 25-30 bucks. I'll put the Amazon link in the description for this. It wasn't bad price-wise. Just pop it in, put your pin in, and you have an extremely safe way of doing recoveries or using your kinetic rope. So I have my Snatch Block here, and this works really well, has grease cert in it. So a Snatch Block is a good investment. You never know when you're going to need it, but at one time you use it for the cost, it's minimal. Again, I'll put the Amazon link in the description. This is made by Gear America. This is for a synthetic winch line. Again, aluminum. You don't want to use steel on here, it'll just tear it up. But it's real simple to use, and the idea is that I could double my winch capacity. So what I could do is put it on the front of my Jeep on the winch, tie it to a tree, and then have the winch line come in here and then go back to the Jeep and tie onto my tow hook. And then when I pull I effectively double the strength of my winch. Most used application is to change direction of pull. So I have a fire truck set up here, and I have my little Volkswagen Beetle. I'm going to slip it over the rope, and it goes in like this. Close it up, put your soft shackle through here, and then connect that to a tree strap that I showed you with a wide webbing around a tree or a rock. And if I have to pull the fire engine in a different direction, so I'll go ahead and move it over this way. It's like one of these physics classes in high school. So say if I can't get my tow vehicle to do a recovery in a parallel direction, what I could do is then use a cinch block onto a tree or again a stone, and then what I could do is pull, and then pull my Volkswagen here, and you see the fire engine is going in that direction. So again, you're not going to use this quite often, but I tell you, I've had some vehicles down on a ditch sideways where I couldn't pull it up over the ditch, so I just ran it along the ditch, and I couldn't get the Jeep in with trees and stuff, so this really comes in handy. But again, minimal cost, real handy to have in your kit. So if you don't own soft shackles, if you get anything, I'd recommend getting this. They're pretty cheap. I'll put the Amazon link in the description also for this one that I chose. But it's like a slip knot, so you can join your ropes together. I could put it through here, put it through a hard shackle, and then basically it's a slip knot, and you put the ball of the rope here, and then it tightens up onto the ball, and creates a great connection if you need to get around something underneath the vehicle, like a tie rod or whatever you're going to tie to, something secure. And also my factor 55 shackle, I can just go like this onto it and then tie my rope on that way, which makes a very, very safe connection, very strong connection, like that. Also on the factor 55, I opted for the rope guard, because the neat thing is about this, when I pull the cable in tight, all the cable is wound up and protected inside my bumper, flat onto your Fairlead, like that, instead of sticking out like that. So you figure there's going to be a little bit of a rope loop around there, and take out these rubber things and then you rivet this on, and so that's going to look really good. Then the other thing I recommend is having a tow strap, just a traditional tow strap. I've had this for a long time. This was made by Warren, but who makes the winches, but there are tons of these out there available. They work really well, and this one has some protection inside the inner loop. And then also, this is very cheap, get a tree strap. So if you need to tie on to a tree for recovery, or a post or anything you don't want to damage, this is a nice wide webbing on here that'll protect the surface. And then use your soft shackle like this to connect it onto your winch line. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Probably go into time warp on the GoPro here. But if you have any questions on stuff or anything that you see that I might need that I don't have that you highly recommend, or if you have any questions on any of the stuff on the table, please leave your comments, and I'll be happy to get back with you. I read them about every night. I get tons of comments and questions on all of my videos. I think I'm over 80 videos now. So let's go into time warp, and I'm going to get that torn off, get the paint cleaned up on it, and then get some new components. But I've been waiting to do this for a couple years now. I did toss a lot of my older equipment away, and look forward to using the new stuff. In the back of the Jeep, easy storage here. I just have one of these. This is made by Rubbermaid, and I have my tree strap, I have my tow rope, my cinch block right here. I have my soft shackles. I have a nice Craftsman lug nut wrench, which I really like. And then on the top, I throw my jumper cables, which it's unbelievable how many times I use the jumper cables. So get a good set of jumper cables in there. Close it up, snap it up, and it's removable. And then I keep my kinetic rope up here stuffed in the corner. have my flashlights, fire extinguisher over here, and then I have my MyMedic, which I really like. This has everything for different conditions, everything from bug bites to extreme trauma, and has the Velcro on the back where you can mount it onto a headrest, and I really like that. So I've used that a couple times already over the years, but I keep that right there. And I'll also put the link in the description for MyMedic. Really good product. Everything folds out and easy to get to in an emergency. My rope tie bracket is off, and got a lot of rust. I'm gonna take and grind this down. I'll do some rust converter on it, and I got myself a handy can of Rust-Oleum orange spray paint, and I'll get that a good coating on there because I want to reuse this again. But I'll get this cleaned up and bring you back. All painted up and ready to go back on the Jeep. Man, that really cleaned it up. Looking good, no more rust. Everything's painted. Now to get the Flatlink on, so I'll show you how to put that together. So the first thing is I need to pry off these rubber pads on all four sides here. So and I took it off the other side because I need to have a solid surface, not cushioned, when I drive these little rivets on. So this protector plate goes on like this. So you get 4 of these little rivets. And I guess they give you a couple spares just in case. And it's going to go down in there like that. And then what's going to happen is you're going to drive this tip sticking out down in, and it's going to mushroom out the bottom, kind of like a concrete anchor. And that'll lock it in place. Okay, all 4 rivets are in. And then I'm going to take a punch. All 4 are flush. That is on there. Now I'll put the rubber back on the back side of it. Snaps in. This is too easy. Snap ring back in. Try not to shoot it across the room. Make sure it's seated real well. Very cool. Wow, does this clean up the front. I need to get the license plate back on, and that'll wrap it up. Well, that wraps up this cool project. Appreciate everybody hanging out and wrenching a little bit in the shop here, but I am really happy with this Factor 55 link and also the Fairlink. But man, that cleaned that up a lot. Took care of my rust problem. And then I went to Ace Hardware and got stainless steel 3/8" bolts with a hex head, round button, and that looks even better. Get rid of my old Allen ones that were rusting. But let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Any comments you have, any questions, just leave them and I'll definitely respond. But again, thanks for watching.